Welcome back. I'm Shivani Singh. A Tejas fighter jet has crashed during a flying demonstration at the Dubai Air Show today. The tragedy occurred at 2:10 p.m. local time at the Al Maktoum International Airport as crowds looked on. The IAF has confirmed the accident, revealing that the pilot sustained fatal injuries in the accident. The Indian Air Force has emphasized that it stands firmly with the bereaved family in this time of grief. It has also constituted a court of inquiry to ascertain the cause of the accident. On that note, let's take a look at the moment the tragedy struck.
Oh! Oh भाई साहब Yo!
All right, so what exactly is the Tejas fighter jet? The Tejas is India's indigenous light combat aircraft developed by Hindustan Aeronautics Limited and the Aeronautical Development Agency. The word Tejas in Sanskrit means brilliance or radiance, reflecting India's pride in this homegrown technology. It is a 4.5 generation single engine multi-role fighter jet designed to perform air defense, ground attack and reconnaissance missions. Its maiden test flight was in 2001 and it was officially inducted into the Indian Air Force in 2015. In terms of numbers, the Indian Air Force currently operates around 30 Tejas jets along with 6 trainer aircraft, with plans to expand the fleet to nearly 324 or 18 squadrons in the coming years. In fact, India recently approved the purchase of 97 new Tejas Mk-1A jets in a deal worth over 66,000 crore. Interestingly, the cost of a single Tejas jet is estimated at around rupees 680 crore. Now, a key feature of the jet is its Martin Baker 00 ejection seat. This is designed to allow pilots to eject safely even at zero altitude and zero speed, such as during takeoffs, landings or low-level maneuvers. The system uses an explosive charge to blow off the canopy, thrust the pilot clear of the aircraft and deploy parachutes to stabilize the descent. This feature has saved lives in past emergencies. Since its induction, the Tejas has held a relatively clean safety record, with only one crash reported till last year. In March 2024, a Tejas fighter went down in Rajasthan's Jaisalmer. However, the pilot ejected safely in that case. Therefore, the tragedy we have witnessed today marks only the second crash involving a Tejas aircraft in nearly 2 decades. It is also the second crash involving a Tejas aircraft in less than 2 years. Hence, investigators will now examine whether this was due to technical failure, sabotage or other factors. The Tejas program is a symbol of Bharat's Make in India initiative. The jet represents India's growing capabilities in defense manufacturing and technological self-reliance. However, today's incident is a moment of concern, especially as it occurred during a high-profile demonstration intended to showcase the aircraft's capabilities. Amid questions surrounding the cause of this accident, the Indian Air Force and HAL have promised a thorough investigation. To take this discussion forward, I am joined by Major General Shashi Asthana, Senior Defence Expert, former DG Infantry, Group Captain UK Devnath, former Indian Air Force Officer, Group Captain Dr. V.N. Jha, former Joint Director of the DRDO, former Indian Air Force officer as well. Wing Commander S. Sudhakaran, former Indian Air Force officer. If I go across to Major General Shashi Asthana, sir, a very horrific incident obviously we have witnessed in Dubai. But when we talk of the Tejas, we talk of its safety record. And this is the only second crash that we have witnessed. In the first crash, the pilot was also safe. This over here, when we see those visuals, the aircraft actually nose-dived and then crashed, sir.
See, accidents can happen, and firstly, very sad to hear, and our condolences to the pilot and sympathies to the family. Certainly, this is, I would say, an incident which we would have liked to avoid, because air show is a very important display of the capabilities, indigenous capabilities which we have produced. Of course, the accident is at a wrong place, but notwithstanding that, uh, accidents do occur. And even earlier, we have seen that even in our air displays in the country, there have been a helicopter accident. A colleague of mine lost his son in one of these displays during the Independence Day. Sad to see that, but notwithstanding that, I am sure the investigations have been ordered, and any these Tejas is a new machine, and whatever are the drawbacks in these machines, I am sure we will the concerned people will learn lessons from that, and there will be some improvements. This also brings me to a bigger point. The bigger point is everybody in all forums, especially of the Air Force, I've been harping on that we cannot wait for next 10, 15 years. We don't know how the AMCA will shape up, and therefore we must buy the fifth generation aircraft, at least some of them now, and let all the AMCA and all the Tejas projects, let them carry on. It's okay, but without any obstruction to that. But we must bring the capabilities immediately, because our neighbor is bringing it much faster, and they are buying fifth generation aircraft from Chinese. So I think, yes, I agree that we must have the indigenous capability, but far too much of dependence. We need some proven aircrafts, at least for the immediate challenges, at least for next 5 to 10 years. Because next 5 to 10 years, the AMCA certainly cannot appear on the horizon. Back to you.
Right. Group Captain VN Jha, if I can come to you, sir. This entire, even when Major General Shashi Asthana was talking about how we do need to now, pull up our socks, we need to make sure that there are other manufacturers who are coming into this entire game. We do need to focus on indigenization, but we need other players as well in the market. Do you think that the optics of this entire, unfortunate accident that has taken place is bringing this to the discussion table?
At all, not at all, Shivani. Look, air shows are something where we go beyond the normal capabilities of the performance. And Tejas aircraft is fly-by-wire aircraft where you can easily exceed the limits. And what two clips I have seen of the video, in one clip I can see very well that it was a very sustained level flight, wherein during a slow roll, I can say, a relatively slow roll, something has gone wrong and the nose has gone down. And with that nose down, it has gone and crashed. And even maybe it is just my feeling, maybe just before hitting the ground, I have felt that the nose was coming up. So on the first, and there is no trail of any smoke, there is no anything else happening in the entire video. So I can say that the most probable reason, when we have done the test flying of the Tejas aircraft, I was here in Bangalore. I have seen many of the Tejas flight going on in the telemetry room. It is a very sturdy, very maneuverable aircraft, and almost about 300 odd parameters come on the telemetry. So, of course, investigation will be done. All those things will be looked at it. But what looks to me, possibly it has, it's an air show. you try to outmaneuver any other aircraft who have performed or who have demonstrated something. Yesterday itself, day first day, the same Tejas aircraft has performed brilliantly, and they are, the applauses all across the world. There are the videos, there are the YouTubes, there are many other things which has applauded the Tejas aircraft, its performance. Today, something has gone wrong. Apparently, as it looks, possibly a slight bit of mishandling has happened, because during the turn, during the roll, nose has just gone down, and then thereafter it has not recovered. So these things are there, and also there are evidence of slight bit of instability in the flight. Flight was not in control, not maneuverable thereafter. We have seen some parameter of it. So on the first look, it is absolutely a bad luck for the HL. It must have been an HL aircraft has gone for the air show. It must be an HL aircraft. The pilot would have been either the HL pilot or the NFTC pilot. So one of them happened there. My heartfelt condolences for the life which has been lost. They are the very precious lives of Indian Air Force, of our nation. So my condolences go there. But then look, world across, wherever there is an air show, we have seen n number of accidents happening, and most of these accidents happen because every pilot, every nation having their own aircraft try to outmaneuver others, and in that outmaneuvering, there are very small margin of safety that they often keep it there. And I feel in this case also, possibly in the low roll, low speed handling, something has gone wrong. Possibly the aircraft has departed in the maybe stall or the spin conditions, and it has gone down. I don't think it is spin, but possibly stall or something has happened, and aircraft was thereafter unrecoverable. So nothing wrong with the aircraft at all. I have seen this aircraft. I've been part of some of the indigenous system that has been added into it. So I can only say it's a bad luck for HAL, for India, that this new aircraft has gone into the crash. This is the second crash, all right. But look, I again re-emphasize, it's the fly-by-wire aircraft where you can you can go beyond the performance capability of it. You can do anything that you feel around. It is not like those hunters or even MiG-21 was an unforgettable aircraft, unforgiving aircraft. This you deliberately can outmaneuver or outperform or go beyond the capability of the aircraft. So bad luck. My heartfelt condolence. And I hope subsequently everything is looked after in the proper way.
Right. Wing Commander S. Sudhakaran, if I can come back to you and rope you into this discussion. We have been discussing, when this actual incident actually came to light, we have been discussing how the Tejas has that 0-0 ejection facility. But when such an incident actually takes place, what are the systems on the Tejas that are the most stressed during such high G aerobatic maneuvers? Because we are looking at the pilot couldn't eject over here.
I didn't get your question, what you're trying to ask.
So what are the systems on Tejas that are the most stressed when doing such maneuvers?
See, it is very difficult to call one system out. Aircraft is the complete package. Other than the non-critical systems are all part of the systems. Be it the control surfaces, be it the engines, be it the fly-by-wire systems. Everything plays a crucial role. Now, if you ask me as part of one single maneuver, what part of the system, it doesn't work like that.
All right, so how does the Indian Air Force actually evaluate this and then mitigate risk going forward, sir?
No, these things will come when post the black box is recovered. There will be an in-depth study that will be carried out on all aspects. What were the flight parameters? What was the radar parameters at that point of time? What was the cockpit voice recorder? What were the last few conversations that the pilot had? What were the actions? Every action of the pilot is in fact recorded. So all these things are studied step by step, put it across to a simulator, look at, how the flight behaves, and then the conjectures are drawn from there. So the investigation goal is first to understand what is the primary cause of the crash. We can sit and speculate here, but then it has to be done in a stepwise manner, keeping all possibilities alive. The flight envelope at the time of accident, we have a footage. Most of the aircraft accidents don't give you this kind of a footage, because this being an air show, we have a footage, so we very clearly knew what exactly happened at what point of time. Because right now we are only seeing some 10 to 15 seconds of the aircraft, but the complete footage right from its takeoff till the time this particular accident has happened, what was the sequence of action, how did it happen, the complete flight envelope at the time of incident has to be studied in depth. The engine status, which includes the RPM, the engine thrust, the EGT status, all these things have to be looked at. The flight control and the system behavior, we have to look at if there was a failure of the control surfaces or anything of that sort, whether something got locked, which looks very highly unlikely now, but then you can't rule that part as well. Then what were the pilot inputs? Was there a pilot-induced error, or was the pilot absolutely in his full consciousness? That needs to be understood. Then environmental factors come into play. Sometimes they get disoriented, in a jiffy, and before they get back their sense of orientation, these low-level maneuvers are very, very unpardonable maneuvers. And the complete maintenance history and the pre-flight check status as to in what condition was this allowed to fly, that also is checked. And then did it get the right kind of clearance at the right time? And then after that, we will be looking at the retrieval of the data and evidence part, which will include the FDR part, the CVR part, the cockpit voice recorder, as I already told you, the telemetry logs that are being constantly sent to the ground station. Of course, the video footage, we will probably see multiple other angles of video footage, because there are a large number of people who are there, and these days everybody carries a mobile phone, so we may get some interesting angles which could throw more lights, the radar tracks, the ATC logs, the maintenance logs, the engine health monitoring system, and the pilot briefing notes. So there are so many things that we need to assess in, and unless and until we go through these monumental records in depth, we will never be able to ascertain as to why things happen the way it has happened, because aircraft is a very, very complex platform.
All right. So if I can bring in Group Captain UK Devnath, he's also joined us on this broadcast. Unfortunately, I am running out of time, but if I want to get your initial assessment about this entire unfortunate accident that has taken place, and secondly, how much of a concern should this be for our indigenization program, for our Make in India program? Do you also think, like our other panelists, that it is time that India it should push its Make in India program, but it should look at other partners as well, because we do see a lack in modern safe aircraft, sir?
Shivani, let me tell you, Tejas is a highly reliable fighter aircraft. Each system, whether it is pneumatic system, hydraulic system, electrical system, electronics, or its radar or weapon delivery systems, safety equipment, parachute, ejection system, each system is best in the world. Presently, what I want to tell through your channels to all the viewers, that the aircraft is absolutely fit and fine. There is absolutely no reason to have any doubt about its technical parameters. Yes, did this accident take place due to some, I will not say pilot error, but see, when the pilot is maneuvering so close to the ground, 1 second misjudgment, error of judgment may lead to such accident. It appears that after detailed court of inquiry, we will establish the technical reason, but also it appears that the aircraft was absolutely fit for flying till last moment. from its behavioral parameters. Will it bring down confidence in Tejas? What happens? Certain sentiments are there. Many African countries, Latin American countries, Southeast countries, Vietnam, Malaysia have shown interest in this Tejas fighter Viman. Now they will definitely have a second look. But I am very sure that we will take them to HAL, and Indian Air Force again will show them that the aircraft is fit, absolutely perfect as far as technical parameters are concerned. Yes.
All right. Major General Shashi Asthana, a quick last word on what should we look at going forward from this unfortunate accident. Major General Shashi Asthana.
The accidents are part of flying, and as was mentioned, there is no doubt that the inquiry only will be able to tell us as to what actually happened. But notwithstanding that, I think we should have full confidence in our machines. The machines are good. Sometimes, yes, things can go wrong, but I don't think there is any problem with the machine. So I'm sure the reputation also will pick up once we have some more data and some more aircraft fly, because Tejas is a new aircraft, as and all aircrafts in the world, they had their hits and misses. So I don't think we should be worrying too much as far as the reputation of Tejas is concerned, but certainly we feel sad for the pilot.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us. I want to thank all my other panelists also who joined us on this broadcast. We're slipping into a short break now.